more efficient. Let me see. I'll have to look through the code and look at the box geometry. Is this the code? No, this is the page. Source geometry is box geometry. Why isn't it? Oh my gosh. Okay. No, look here. Source geometries. Okay, so this. The width, height, etc. It does have an index buffer. So it's indices, then vertices, normals, EVs. Okay, and that would actually cause that sort of weird looking shape. Because although all of the vertices are there, they're being used in the wrong order. So how can I... Firstly, I need a way to even print the indices. Because I don't know how to do that even. Okay, here's what I have to do. Maybe just console.log the geometry. Like this. So this is the geometry. And here's its attributes. And here's the indices array. So I guess it's in just .index.array. So if I go to attributes position.array, then I'll print out index.array. And then I'll run this. Oh, not attributes dot. Like this. Wait, why is it printing attributes? Oh, there we go. Okay, so I know modern GL has a way to take an index array, but I'm not totally sure how. I don't know if it's indices or index. I don't think this is right. Yeah, okay. Is it in vertex array? Okay, so index buffer. That must be how it does it. Although there's nothing in this example saying how to create the index buffer. If I just search index buffer. Okay, vertex array.index buffer. I wonder if this is already taken care of in the shader class somehow. So this is the mesh class. Okay, vert index data self.indices. What is self.indices? I guess that's what I can use. Okay, so I guess indices is supposed to be an array. So let me just try passing that. So let's see. Attributes, then indices, then depth test. So I'm going to... Actually, I'll instantiate the indices here. So let's say indices. This will be a numpy array. I'll just leave the default type right now. This is I4, so it's not float 32. But I think that's a default. Possibly. I don't know. I guess I'll find out. And then I just want to pass in all of these. Okay. So there's that array, and then I should be able to pass that here. So now, hopefully, when this is instantiated, those indices will go from here. It'll go to self.indices, and when I render, that'll be passed to the vertex array object. Wait, what's vert index data? Oh, vert index data is this thing. Then if that, which should be true. All right. Wish me luck. Okay, great. And this looks like it's actually a cube. You can't totally tell from this angle because it's because you can't see the edges, but it does look like that fixed it. Which is great. For a second there, I thought these geometries won't be usable in Manim. So when I rotate this, I'm gonna rotate this twice. First around the x-axis, then the y-axis. Or y and then x-axis. Okay, and wait, no. Is it the x and y and z axis? I'm trying to make it match the browser. What in the world? I'm trying to make it look like this, basically. So in this code, okay, it's x and y, and not z. Oh, this was supposed to be out. Although, I now know that that's not what I wanted to do anyway. Anyway, the point is, I can now tell that this is a cube, so that's great. I just have to remember to bring in the indices as well as the positions. As for doing this, for generalized geometries, I don't know if I should pass them to the shader as homogeneous coordinates with this one, or if they should be transformed into the homogeneous coordinates within the shader. I think actually there's some idiosyncrasy with modern GL where if you pass in coordinates that aren't homogeneous, it'll automatically make them homogeneous. Which is actually not good in this case. I think right now what I'll just focus on is trying to get the geometry. Get the geometry in. So let me so this is using three.js shaders. I'm gonna try. No, it'd be too much work. I was thinking about trying to do this with Manim shaders, but I think that would end up being a lot more work than it's worth. Or would it? Okay, I'm gonna try it. But I'm not gonna try it on this example. I'm going to take this indices array, add it to this one. Okay, so now this should be a cube that I think should render with Manim shaders. Oh, that wasn't so hard. Great. What I wonder, though, is if there's a way to pass non-homogeneous... I think I actually want to change this so that you don't have to pass homogeneous coordinates to the shader. Because why would you just pass all of these ones? Okay, so I'm going to try to... Okay, let's just see what happens if I take out the ones. Oh, wait. How can I write a script for this? Something like that. There. Although I messed up the first one. No, I didn't want to go that far. 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Okay. Okay, so if I just ran this, yeah, so I'd expect that to crash. Let's see if... Oh, come on, Vim. If I switch this to taking 3, and input a size 3, and tried to run that again. Could not broadcast the input array from shape 24 to 24 by 3. Okay, that didn't make sense to me. Attributes. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. But this way it worked. And okay. So this does what I expect. If I take out the ones, find comma, skip, x. Okay, great. If I do this and I switch this to have an input of size 3. Oh, it did work. As in it did compile. But it did some weird thing with the with what it rendered. So if I can fix this within the renderer, either the renderer or the shader, I think that should be fine. So let me try to make this vec3 of this comma 1. And this should be vec3. So maybe now... No, there's something I didn't like. Too much data in the type constructor. Oh, that can't be vec3. Vim is freaking out right now. Okay, we back. This will have to be a vec4. It'll take in a vec3. Okay, so let's see if that works any better. Okay, and that does work. It's so great. That means I can... So now, at least for this default shader, I've managed to make it take in non-homogeneous coordinates, which will be much more straightforward. Okay, that's good. So at this point, I think writing a way for Manim to take geometry data from three.js would allow for a lot in terms of getting unique forms of these geometries. Yeah. It's too bad. It's too bad I don't have a material that's better. This one, you can't really tell it's a cube other than by rotating it. But I guess I can work on that later. For now, let me try to write a way for Manim to take this data from three.js. So all I have to take is geometry.attributes, all the attributes, and the indices, and I think that's all. Okay. Well, in order to get that data, we're going to use everyone's favorite RPC framework, gRPC, which I think works for JavaScript. Even though it's not listed. Why is this not here? Oh, Node. But I thought they had one that wasn't Node. It was just JavaScript. Hold on. gRPC web. There's gRPC node. Okay, this is the pure JavaScript one. Packages gRPC JS. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one. I don't super know how to use it, and they don't have documentation, so that's good. And the two packages contain mostly the same interface. Almost a drop-in replacement. May have to make a few code changes. If you're loading proto files, load using grbc.load. That function is not available. Instead, load your proto files using this thing. And the resulting package definition objects into the package using this. You can't use gRPC tools. Okay. Now this documentation is new. Oh man. They can't just have an example. I guess there's an example. Why is this page so annoying? Okay. Well, let's install this thing. Okay. I should be able to bring up a server like this, I guess. Add proto service. Bind address port. Actually, I think the easiest way to do this would be to just copy one of their examples. They still have the gRPC code, yeah, here. Examples node. Dynamic. Then I'll look at the server. I remember doing all of this for the WebGL renderer already. Darn music. Add proto service. How does that work? With a protobuf service descriptor. And I guess it's deprecated. Add a service with a service definition and a handle call. This thing has way... Really, it just needs more examples. That would make this a lot easier. Proto path. Proto's route guide.proto. So let me go to that. So I'm trying to do that. Dot. Protos. So this. Okay, and so this outlines the service. And that service has the RPC. Okay, so I have to write that out. Okay, so let me just write up a really simple one of these. So I'll just call this service.proto. And maybe I'll just copy... Well, I wouldn't want to copy everything, but let me have service. Test service, something really simple. We'll have an RPC. Let's take a hello request. Hello response. Can I do that? That looks fine. And I'll have to outline what all of these do. Message. Let's make the request just be empty. And the response will be just a string. I think I have to put equals 1 here. Okay, so that's really straightforward, which is good. Now the way this thing loaded it did protoloader.load sync of the proto path. And that has some options here. Wonder what it does with this route guide. Okay, so let me try to load. Wait, I think. What did it say? If you are currently loading proto files using grpc.load, which I actually think this isn't. That function is not available in this library. You should instead load your files using at grpc/protoloader. Oh, great. So this is what I want to do. So in that case, I'm just going to copy this. put it here. I'll take in gRPC.js and the proto loader. I'm gonna load from just service.proto. These options are probably fine. Not sure what they mean, but whatever. And was a route guide the name of the service? It is. So I'll just call this test service. Yeah. Equals blah 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 dot test service. Okay, let me see if I can even run that. What's it called? Index. Oh, node. Well, didn't work. Modules loader. Oh, I don't have gRPC proto loader. It's weird. Kind of weird that that doesn't just come with it. Oh, not that. If you need that to load any of the protos anyway. Okay, let's try that again. Protobuf, illegal token string. Okay. I guess you can't call this a string. Okay. Weird. This calls a token string. Did I do something else wrong? Illegal token string, service.proto line 9. So it doesn't like this for some reason. Maybe I need to specify the syntax? Guess that was it. I guess without proto 3 it's something other than string. That's fine. Okay. So I was able to load this, I guess. Now let me try to bring up a server. Get server. Server equals gRPC.server. Add the service. And then return that. Okay, sure. Server equals gRPC.server. I'm gonna add test service dot test service. And there's only one thing. Get hello. Okay. And get feature has a call and a call back. Okay, I guess there's call.request. I don't know where you put the response though. I haven't done this in so long. List features. Oh, this returns a stream. Or is something just... looks like the only example that doesn't have any streams is get feature. But get feature doesn't really tell me what to do with the callback. What is the first argument? Response with the feature object indicating whether there's a feature at that point. I guess I can see what check feature does. Just returns an object. What is this null? Okay. I'm glad this box worked. as an aside. So I never had to write the actual code for a box. Okay.